Hello and welcome to Red Rocks. This is Ranked Game here, Forge Alliance Forever, Supreme Commander. And I gotta say, this is my least favorite map to play, but watching it is alright. It's quite stressful because all the mass, well, the majority of the mass is in the middle, and you gotta get there as soon as possible. So early expansion is by far the much more critical in this map than most others. We see Shoka here playing Cybran, going first air. It looks like he is going to go with the first bomber, but he's only making 2 P-gens. If you're going first air, first bomber, 3 P-gens is the standard. Otherwise, you're going to have a huge power stall. We'll see if that actually happens. And we see Clinti here. I think both these players somewhere in top 200, top 300 maybe. I'm not really sure where they're on the ladder. But of course, it looks like it's not first air. See a lot more P-gens for Clinti. He might be in a bit of power problems as well. He is, because actually when you go early bomber, making mass extractors will screw you up. You really want to go 3 P-gens first bomb. That's the best thing to do, because Shoka here, well, he's no power problems anymore, but I'm sure he did have power problems. And a very aggressive AC. This is nice. Shoka decided to expand with AC, although engineers, I like one of the first engineers expanding to this mass extractor, getting factories. Both bombers, I think both bombers saw each other, but a bomber from Shoka now moving in. The bomber from Shoka a little earlier. Let's see how much success. Both Cybran and Seraphim bombers, of course, excellent at what they do. Looks like this bomber is more like a scout at this point. And no interceptors, no flak whatsoever. It doesn't look like Shoka really paid attention to the fact that he did get the recon about this bomber. And mass extractors are the target, which is strange. 1 kill now. Looks like an engineer. This is nice. And now flak. Well, as soon as you see that, you gotta run away. You will not kill the flak with a bomber. The flak will beat you. So the bomber for Shoka with the 1 engineer kill. Bomber for Clinti, still no kills. And this will be a good one. A nice expanding engineer. But really on this map, if you go first bomber, the engineer you gotta get is the one that gets onto this middle part. And that's one good reason to go with the AC, which can get killed and goes underwater, so people can't see. Of course, when they look into your base and they see there is no. Oh, this is gonna be good. Yeah, definitely Clinti's bomber much better. 3 kills. Clinti trying to get the flak built, but those engineers working on the flak were taken out. So in the bomber stage, definitely a big advantage for Clinti. And the flak should be complete. No more bombers? No. Is this? Oh yeah, it's going to take out the other expanding engineer. Clinti playing extremely well here. Also an interceptor. But one big advantage that Shoka does have at this point, oh, I gotta speed this up, is that he has gone to the middle first, and if he takes over the middle, it'll be a huge disadvantage for Clinti. Clinti's still only now going to work on his second land factory. So some problems there for Clinti. 4 kills for this bomber. No expansion except with the ACU. Second factory now coming up for Shoka. Both players now do have the flak in their base. Scouting now for Clinti. Clinti much better micro on this bomber. And if you learn good micro on bombers and you play Seraphim, you will have huge advantage early games. Looks like Clinti here just hanging out. He got his land factory complete. He's also getting a land factory up on the top ledge. You want to get up there as soon as possible, get the hydro. And Shoka now, if he gets these 4 land factories and start making mantis all over the place, huge advantage for Shoka. But Clinti with 2 engineers making land factories of his own. The ACU now for Clinti moving into the middle. Is that a bomb? Oh, didn't drop. That would have been a great place. And that early bomber is now dead. It's going to be reclaimed immediately. That's a nice move there from Shoka. One thing to note about Shoka, he's got a ridiculous amount of power. He's already at plus 320. Is wasting more than half of it, which is kind of sad, because instead of making power now, he should just put these engineers on the air spam. We'd be using much less mass, which will allow him to make a lot more factories. And another thing that he should be doing with all that power is reclaiming all this mass, which you can easily utilize. Here comes the transport for Shoka, getting that hydro. Another big air spam plant for Shoka. Let's see where the other transport goes. Be nice to see some radar here as well. Shoka making more power. No reason to make this power. Absolutely no reason to make more power for Shoka. Clinti, meanwhile, transport's going to try to take this side. He's working on his third land factory, looking at Clinti's eco. Also major mass problems. So both players here overproducing power. But one thing that Clinti is doing right, he is assisting his air factory so that any excess power is actually, he's not really wasting the power. So that's really the big difference. Although it looks like in terms of the air battle, Shoka's still in an advantage here. And radar, of course, would really help in any kind of air battle. Successful drop for Clinti on the bottom. And Clinti moving into the middle. He's already reclaimed 2,800. Shoka point defenses. So Shoka with a huge advantage early on, really not taking that advantage. He could have moved out with all these units and prevented all this construction. But once Clinti now with 5 land factories on the middle island. Yeah, Shoka really throwing away his early advantage. Getting an upgrade on his ACU. That's a good move because he had all that excess power. You can see he's able to do that. He's got a drop here a long time. He should be doing something with it. Still mass the major problems. This right here, massive air spam. 840 mass invested in these factories. But they will pay off, and if he can keep air control, it will be a big advantage, of course, especially with the gestures. Gestures on a map that's spread out like this, extremely good if you're able to micro them, put them in different places. As long as you avoid flak, these things are gold. And we're going to see a fight here on this island. Both players, two engineers for Clinti. It's going to be a 6 for Shoka. Shoka also seeing there's nothing up on top. And a good gesture here with a couple kills. Shoka with the gun. No stealth. The cheapest upgrade you can get, stealth. Might as well get it. The drones for EF might be a little cheaper, but both of them so cheap you always gotta get it, especially when you get the gun. And Shoka here with the gun ready to fight. He needs to go in and start killing before these point defenses get built, because once those get built they'll be much more difficult for him. Shoka needs to lead with the ACU and then with the Manti, but actually Tech 2 here. Clinti with a Tech 2 engineer, Tech 2 ACU. Good move there from Shoka, preventing the Tech 2 point defenses. A good move with the Manti moving in around the ACU. The ACU for Shoka needs to move down and just start killing. If you want to simultaneously move in with different forces, because these Manti are doing a great job preventing Clinti from fighting Shoka. There goes the transport. And Shoka, you can see how he split up his forces, Manti and artillery separately, already with the ACU. But now the Manti really, this is what you don't want to do. You don't want to let your units die one by one. Kind of like the battles on TV where you have one dude taking on 10 people, and the 10 people fight the one dude one at a time. You don't want to do that. Just have all the 10 of them fight the one dude at once and beat their ass, no matter how good they are. But you can see here Shoka first fought with the Manti, and now he's going to move with the ACU. And actually Clinti in huge trouble here, 38 kills. Clinti's got to run. He does have point defenses to retreat to. But Shoka's ACU, this is so close. Clinti with 1500 health. Really having Tech 2 gave him a huge advantage. He's got to get some Tech 2 point defenses here. Meanwhile, Shoka taking over map control. Shoka taking out the point defense with the gun. Shoka with 34 kills, Clinti 38. A gun for Clinti would be really nice. What is Clinti doing? Why is he moving that direction? 40 kills, very timely veteran C for Clinti. And the artillery for Shoka. Cybran arty, by the way, has been made more accurate recently, which makes Cybran a lot better, because that was one of their biggest weaknesses, taking out point defenses. Jester here at the back door. Still no kills, but you can see the middle is going to belong completely to Shoka. Clinti has a really good base back home. He's got a lot of power, but he is going to be forced off the middle island And here at this point of the game, 16 minutes, Clinti has a decent eco, massive power. He's got a whole bunch of Tech 2 mass extractors. He's got a huge mass production, huge excess power. Much more power than Shoka. Shoka has major power problems now. And Shoka has plenty of mass, and with this map control, with his engineers, he's got a total of 8 on these expansion islands. As soon as he's going to have total control in the middle. One thing to note, no navy whatsoever. Now Shoka, what Shoka's got to do, he's got to get transports, and he's got to drop this island as soon as possible. Clinti now with a Tech 2 ACU getting ships. Clinti's still in very good shape. He does have Tech 2 air making gunships, and gunships on this map extremely powerful. He's also mass capping his mass extractor. Surprisingly, he's still making Tech 1 power when he's got Tech 2, making Tech 2 engineers. He's got to get some Tech 2 power generators. But these anti-air right here, these are crucial. These will prevent a lot of drops. It'll take a lot more micro to actually drop onto this island. And of course with Tech 2 gunships, these drops will not be nearly as effective. Looks like the gunships for Clinti are going to move down to the bottom together with a whole bunch of air, but most of this air is scouts, which is unfortunate. They should be interceptors. But these gunships should be very dominant. Since Seraphim do not have Tech 3 gunships, unlike all the other factions, their Tech 2 gunships are quite nice. Oh, a secret naval base I missed from Shoka, and Tech 2 submarines, and these are going to be quite nice against Tech 1 especially. But looks like Tech 2 Navy from Clinti coming up. He needs to get a destroyer as soon as possible before that sub comes in. But once again, Shoka in his usual style makes units and let him sit there, giving his enemy an advantage. This will be a massive drop. A whole bunch of Tech 1 drops. Yeah, this is 5 Tech 1 drops onto Clinti's island. This could be very nice. Take a lot of gunships, and looks like a Tech 2 transport now. Tech 2 power. This is good stuff. As if Shoka heard me talking. And this could be very nice unless point defenses go up very quickly. These are mostly mantis, so it could be a disadvantage. Nice split. 3 mass extractors to the back. More drops coming in from Shoka. Shoka still just Tech 1 air, but actually Tech 2 here, but not producing anything. These gunships, whole bunch of kills. They're going to take that island. More drops coming in, and this is going to be a big loss of Tech 1 power. Of course, it's not that big a deal. Successful Tech 1 point defense in the ACU for Clinti, taking out the rest. More drops coming in. It'd be nice to put a drop actually up on top here. And now it looks like a drop from Clinti. He's going to try to take over this bottom position. And these submarines are so strong right now. They need to get down here and start killing things before. This is a cruiser. Yeah, they still have time. They just need to get into the battle. One thing about this game, units don't get better with time. You got to use them right away. Clinti 62 kills, now back to full health, is going to fight this Tech 1 force. It's so unfortunate that this is Tech 2 land here up on top. Opportunities for some nice drops, and looks like this is a Tech 2 drop. Some hover tanks from Clinti. And the drops continue. Tech 1 drops. But Tech 2 point defenses for Clinti. This is not a place you want to attack with Tech 1 anymore. With more drops coming in. Good aggression from Shoka, but plenty of defense now. Now here comes a cruiser. This is going to be good. And here come the submarines finally from Shoka. Drop right there. Well, those Oshivas are going to also be very good. One thing to note about Shoka, he still hasn't grabbed a lot of his mass extractors and still hasn't reclaimed the battlefield. Could be a big advantage for him. Still making Tech 1 power. Now making some Tech 2. Making some oh yeah, this will be brutal. A Tech 2 drop into Shoka's base. A couple Tech 2 hover tanks. And of course this cruiser is also going to be quite devastating. The submarines are finally in position to do damage. And more cruisers. Tech 1 submarines, no chance. Clinti 108 kills. A lot of vet on that ACU.
I don't understand why there are so many scouts for Clinti. He's making way too many scouts. But Navy is going to be now won by Shoka. This cruiser, 4 kills. Okay, and this is bad. Tech 2 inside Shoka's base. He's got to get point defenses as soon as possible, or get these gunships, or these need to come back and play defense. But they're not. But these submarines are so powerful. Shoka is in danger of losing quite a few of his really nice units. Tech 1 point defense is going up. It's up to Clinti here to pay attention and kill these. It looks like that point defense will be quite powerful. Shields coming up for Clinti. More submarines. I'd like to get these switched to cruisers. Submarines are good at taking back Navy, but they're not actually good at detecting anything above water. Tech 2 flak for Clinti here on this island. You gotta switch to cruisers. Clinti making Tech 2 power. Big air spam. Map control still firmly in Shoka's favor. It looks like Shoka with this point defense is able to survive that drop. But one thing about Shoka's base, very vulnerable to drops. And then there are some really good units to drop into somebody's base. I'm not sure about the mobile missile launchers, but the Ilshevas and flak definitely good. More shields. Looks like Clinti is going for a turtle here. Yeah, the cruiser was now found out, taken out. Another Tech 1 drop, but of course these have kind of worn out the usefulness. It would be nice to drop in this position, but a lot of Tech 2 transports ready to do really good drops for Clinti. Just a matter of time before he actually does it. Shoka 39 kills. He's actually thinking about going into Clinti's base. That's insane. A massive air battle. Shoka has this game won, but he's crazy. He has total air control, he's got Navy control, he's got map control. He takes his ACU with a gun, 39 kills, and runs into a bunch of Tech 2 point defenses. Although Clinti here is even more crazy. He's trying to go into water with a bunch of submarines. 148 kills. Tech 3 Navy now for Shoka. You might make some battleships, so that would be nice. Battleship definitely a good choice, but cruisers. It would be so devastating right now. Put a couple of cruisers right here, let them kill any kind of air. Shoka rethinking his strategy here in the water. And now this will be interesting. Looks like a massive drop from Clinti together with the ACU. He's bringing a whole bunch of posse with him as well. It looks like Clinti has some really nice upgrades. Tech 3, Nano, and the gun. That ACU is not going to die to anything that Shoka has at this point. And Shoka, why? Shoka had this game won so many times. And he's halfway down in the battleship. It looks like he's got to go. It will be a battleship versus an upgraded ACU. I'm not really sure if Shoka is actually going to leave right now. Shoka is now dropping his own base to try to save it. But the Ilshevas, successful drop of the Ilshevas. Tech 2 power is going to be now lost for Shoka. And another air fight. Looks like it's going to be now won by Clinti. Battleship is now in position to fight. Clinti with a whole bunch of cruise missile launches completely wipes out Shoka's eco. But here comes the battleship. Clinti gets out of there on a transport. This battleship could be very nice if it doesn't die. Clinti back on his base, gonna try to play some defense. 9 kills, still total naval domination. Tech 2 land, be nice to get some Tech 2 power generators there. Shoka is now gonna attack this base together with his battleship. Runs into a whole bunch of Tech 2 point defense and dies. So I think it was a really good game, a good demonstration where a player wins but doesn't realize the weapons that he has. If you win Navy on this game, you go straight to cruiser, fill this whole area with cruisers. The other player can't do anything with air, no drops, no nothing, and then you just chip away at their base with some battleships or whatever you want and you win. But Shoka, I don't think he realized just how good position he had. But I hope people enjoyed this one.